told me when I was hatched, act like a superstar.
A flurry of feathers from my fist descends as the would-be avian looter falls KO to the pavement below. Nobody touches my hot dog. Nobody. If you haven't figured it out by now, yes, that was a poem about punching a bird. This isn't really the video that I wanted to make today, but I just finished writing an essay about my experience with autism because it's my mother's birthday. She's always wanted me to write about my autism, and I was just completely out of time for any other gift ideas for her. I intend to do another video. I don't know if it'll be this week or next week, but I wanted to do one about rhyme and why it should be deliberate. That did not end up happening. But let's talk about the poem. I came up with it just sitting eating lunch, yes, a hot dog, at the St. Louis Zoo. I was visiting it with my brother and his family, so my nieces were there, and there were a lot of frickin' birds just bombarding the dining area. It was outside, of course, and there was one bird in particular that kept getting really close to my hot dog, uncomfortably close. So I thought in my head, what would I do if this bird actually made a grab for my hot dog? And this poem just played in my head, right there. And I saw the image of myself punching this bird in the face, which would probably have killed it, given that birds have hollow bones and this was not a very big specimen. But, yeah, sometimes that happens with writing, and you should never, never run away from it. Now, you don't have to write it down right at that moment, because the good ones will always stick with you. This one did. I kept replaying it in my head throughout the day, refining it, making it better. I don't know if it's a perfect poem at the moment, but it's definitely amusing. I may never publish it, but I rather enjoyed writing. A poem does not always have to be serious. This one certainly isn't. In fact, if I understand the term correctly, this would be what you call bathos. I'll explain what that is in another video. I'm running out of time right now. Still got to get ink for my printer so I can print off the essay, and yeah. Anyhow, a poem does not always have to be serious. Neither does a story. Sometimes just entertaining your audience is reward enough. It doesn't have to have a message. This poem the poem that I opened my video with today is called simply Punch, and it is what the title says. There's no political message behind it. There's no moralization behind it. There's really no message to the story, except that I was eating, I was annoyed by a bird, and I wanted to punch it. That's it. That can be very entertaining. So definitely don't avoid writing down ridiculous things. Just make sure you go over them later to see if they're really worth writing down. If they're not, then some people say never delete anything you write. I disregard that. If it's crap, it's crap. But just because something is absurd or ridiculous does not mean you've written crap. Go over it a few times and see if it has any redeeming value. Maybe you can publish it, maybe you can just share it with your friends. Doesn't matter. Well, I'm out of time, so this is gonna have to be it. Naskledano and Divtore smuzma.